looks like we may be back in business.
Yep, I think we're back in business. Thanks a lot, Tony. Yep, all right, bye.
So we have a picture.
I'll ask people out in Dolphin Land if we're actually on air. So tell me what happened, Scott, while I was away. Long run by Goode.
Long run by Goode. Blocked point after attempt. A decent kickoff return by the Dolphins, only to be pushed back by a personal foul.
Okay. So who on the kickoff return?
Actually, I could not tell. They were split out to the right. Seems like every time we do something right, we shoot ourselves in the foot.
Yeah, a little bit of that's going on right now. So that was a long, I think we were off air, but a long touchdown run by
Marcus
the Goode
Whitehurst.
Knights. Okay, so Marcus Whitehurst, number 23, with the long touchdown run for Goode. And that was it was about a 80-yarder, wasn't it? So we've had a number of long runs today. Looks like we've got some people coming online and joining us. So,
getting a lot of thumbs up around the stands.
All right. So everyone tell your friends and family we're back on air. Hopefully you hung with us there. I'll try to put a message out here to let everybody know. All right, so I'm going to try to get recalibrated, rebooted, just like the Dolphins need to do here. So 1st and 10 from the 19. Newman still at quarterback. Press coverage. I think that handoff to Clayton. He made some nice moves, north and south. Nice cut there by Joseph. I think he picked up about 6 or 7 on the play. So that's some of what I had seen in practice, where I really felt like Joseph Clayton, and again, first week as a starting running back last week, that it's a bit of a different look. I mean, for running for the Dolphins last year, highly successful, but it was more of a ground and pound with Frank Skotanis. And so what we saw there was Clayton made a really nice read, a really nice cut. So Newman under center, Clayton at fullback. I think we've got Hood as the
I think we've got movement on the Dolphins side.
There's a little bit of somebody on the offensive line was leaning forward a little bit. So, Scott, you mentioned about us shooting ourselves in the foot. I think that was another one.
Oh, actually, that was against Goode.
All right, so I don't have to be that angry. Barry Newman, send yourself back to deep breathing,
Dolphin
meditation.
First down.
Don't jump to conclusions until you see what the referee is actually saying.
I'll tell you, a lot of Dolphins were leaning forward on that play.
Right, and that might have been what Goode was looking at as well. So Newman goes back to the shotgun. On this, on our side, we've got Anthony Hood, Rico D'Alessandro sent off to the wide side on the left side. Newman barking signals. Got Dale as the tight end up back. Handoff. Another nice cut by Clayton. Hood. They're gonna call a holding on the backside of this. So it's gonna come back. I didn't see that hold. I will say I thought Anthony Hood did a really good job not holding his man, but they got something on the backside, probably out of the offensive line. Last week we didn't see a lot of laundry on holding, which was awful nice. This crew seems to be a little more flag happy. Guys, you don't get paid by the flag here. You got the same income at the end of the day, regardless of how many times you throw that thing.
Not that I'm a fan of the officials, but I do have to say that the crew last week was less than stellar. So I think there were a number of holding calls that just went unnoticed.
Yeah. So again, in high school football, a spot foul. So now you've got the Dolphins way behind the chains. First and close to 20 yards. So they're at the 22 2-yard line. Let's see if Newman and Hood can pick up. So they're going to stay on the ground. Nice positive gain by Clayton, who then stuck a shoulder into number 45.
Finishes the run. He lowered that shoulder and hit 45 squarely between the 4 and the 5.
That he did.
And 45 is coming out of the game.
Josiah Thomas. That's Josiah Thomas, starting linebacker and fullback for Goode.
He's holding his arm, which is about where Joseph popped him.
Yeah, so Joseph got 9 yards back on that play. Again, big chunk yardage for the Dolphins on the ground. Haven't been able to connect in the air yet. And so, here, even with 2nd and long, given what's working, given the offensive line and the work that they're doing in the trenches right now for the Dolphins, we'll see if they stay there or if Coach Finger and Coach Eddie Boucher want to dial up a little more.
Goode is stacked in the box.
Newman pulls it down. He's going to get sacked in the backfield.
Sometimes
hang on to the ball.
Sometimes you just got to go down, Bennett.
Yeah, and Bennett, well, I think he did a good job there because
Definitely.
The same thing. I mean, if just like Whitehurst did on that long run, I mean, that was a tomahawk chop to the ball that they were trying to jar loose from Bennett Newman. So I don't think it was so much that he was necessarily trying to get away. I think he was doing all he could to hang on to the ball, which
he did a good job.
Did a good job on that, but now we're back to our 3rd and 10.
3rd and 20.
Yeah, 3rd and 20, sorry. We'll have to look here. I mean, what I saw in that first Goode game is that they played a lot of press coverage, but then they started backing off and probably playing, and this is what they're doing here. They're going to play a zone where probably like a cover 2 look shaded over the top on the left-hand side. Newman back. He's got some time. He's rolling to his right. He's got Harrison Gassa. So got about 10 back on that. Harrison did a nice job of working back to Newman, who got flushed out of the pocket but kept the play alive, rolling to his right-hand side. So 4:16 left here in the first half. The Goode Knights with a 6-0 lead.
And on another positive note, we have not commented on anything to the outside for Goode's offense, which speaks to the fact that the Dolphin defensive ends have been sticking to their assignments.
Clean snap. Bardsma gets away a nice spiraling punt. It's going to hit and roll out of bounds inside the 30. So Bardsma said, hey, give me that wind behind my back.
And let me show you how it's done.
Nice snap there by Ben Barrett. So Goode's going to get the ball back here. 3:49 left in the first half.
I don't know if I agree with this spot here. Looks like they're giving them the ball at the 31.
So I'm gonna do a quick lineup check here
32.
because I think with some of the injuries on the interior of the line, so Buster Cepeda is back in, so that's good. Okay, so he's there. Actually, I thought it was a different number. So Buster Cepeda back, number 73 at D tackle. Nefesimi Opedele, the other D tackle. BG3 Barry Gordon out there at D end. Harrison Gassa also at the other D end spot. Defensive backfield, you got Hood, number 23. Yolich, number 23. Hood, number 3. Clayton and Dale at your middle linebacker positions. Goode's going to get a penalty.
Illegal substitution.
All right, so illegal substitution on, nice call, Scott Clayton.
Number 90 came in the game really late. It was after the huddle broke. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, that's just so the defensive scheme, you've got to be able to have the opportunity to match your personnel to their personnel, so you can't run somebody in that late. Something that I haven't really had a chance to talk about, there were a couple injuries last week. Naz Rankin, starting freshman corner, going to be out for a few weeks with a bone bruise.
He played an excellent first half.
Yeah, he really did. He played great run coverage.
Shut down Judah Millette.
Yeah,
we didn't call his name hardly at all.
So there's an inside give for Goode. Quinn Duhan sticking a hat on. When in doubt, I say it's one of the Whitehurst brothers, and it actually was.
Quinn actually made an excellent tackle. He squared up. He was giving away quite a few pounds. Clayton lost his helmet. I think has to come out.
Yep.
It's the second week in a row his helmet's popped off.
I think he's fine. He's taking a slow walk over there, so hopefully everything is fine with Clayton.
Need some duct tape to keep that thing on.
So Brandon Bardsma, starting kicker and punter, comes in. Let's just see where guys rotate. I think. So yeah, actually there was a new player on the D line for the Dolphins is number 70, Pat Billings. So Pat Billings played really well last year on junior varsity and was a little late to the team this summer. And I think if that's him, he is out there on the D line. And so Pat was an impact player on JV, making some big plays in the middle of that line. So nice to see him donning the white and orange of the Dolphins today. I'm going to take a peek back. Looks like we're still on air. We've got some people that rejoined. So thanks again. It's been a little bit hairy on the technical side today.
Got just under 3.5 minutes left in the half.
Got Tony McHale on speed dial. So thanks again, Tony. Helped me out right at the beginning of the game. Some strange glitches on our software side of things, and then YouTube was getting a little funky. So we got second down and about 6. Whitehurst under center. Triple option. Gives it on the inside, and big gainer going on right now.
No sooner do I talk about outside contain.
Yeah, I think Duhan with the tackle. So yeah, again, talk about like gap soundness, and that's what you need to have happen. I think that was Julius Yaquez Flores with the carry for the Goode Knights. So the Goode Knights are piling up some yardage as well. Number 8 is Calvion Williams. So I think what they've been doing, and I might be getting it wrong, but I think that you're getting some snaps that Martise Whitehurst is taking, number 6 at quarterback. But I also think that Calvion Williams is also getting some snaps, number 8. And so Williams is under center. 1st and 10 from the Dolphin 38. Give up the middle. That's stacked up immediately by the center of the defensive line for the Dolphins. So that was Billings. Looks like Billings and Opadelli on the tackle.
No gain on the play.
Yeah. And I might have to get this right because, I mean, 70 is in the game, and it's listed as Pat Billings, but I kind of feel like that's not Pat Billings. So we'll maybe send a messenger pigeon over to the Dolphin sideline to find out. So that's and that player isn't just Clayton has lost his helmet, but he is not back in. You got
no,
eyes
he's back
on
in the
it?
game.
Oh, he is back in.
He's
Okay.
back in the game.
Okay.
He was in on that last play.
So it's actually Alexander Dale who we'll have to see if we can find out. And that might you know what that is? I'll tell you what this is. I got it all now. That is Alexander Dale out there wearing number 70. Great tackle in the backfield. Luke Jolich knifing through there for a 3-yard loss. So here's what happened. I think that they changed Alex's number 70, so he can play offensive line. And because he wears number 6, and that's not a number you can wear on the offensive line. So it's possible we have an injury on the offensive line, and Alex is rotating into that spot. So if I'm confusing you, I've confused myself, but that's kind of what we have going on right now.
I think you said it was a chess match earlier.
3rd and 11 from the Dolphin 39.
Minute left in the half.
We've seen 2 passes so far by Goode. Not going to see a pass here. Inside handoff, some positive yardage, and then cleaned up on the play by Buster Cepeda. So that brings up a 4th down.
Looks like about 5.
I think a little longer than that. Yeah, so the Dolphins take a timeout.
4th and 6.
35 seconds left here in the first half. I guess you can get a stop here. This is one of those, we'll have to, whoa. What do you think here, Scott? Was that the right call on time? I guess we'll find out. I mean, you have a chance if you can make a stop here. You get the ball back, and you got the wind behind you, and you can maybe try to pick up and throw a few things deep. You still got a lot of time, a lot of distance to go. And I think Goode, I don't have it written down. They definitely took 2 timeouts in the first half, if not all 3 of theirs.
Right. And I think when Clayton lost his helmet, Finger took a timeout to allow him to get it repaired and re-enter the game.
So again, 6-0 here. We've seen a number of long runs for the Dolphins' rushing attack. Passing game for the Dolphins has not gotten on track yet. They've had a few long passes that were just overthrown to Anthony Hood, just out of his hands. Harrison Gassa's got a reception. Duhan has a reception, so move the ball a little bit there. Goode has this is a solid drive for them. And then their other big hitter was a extremely long run by one of the Whitehurst twins. So this is a big play, just if nothing else, get into the halftime locker room at 6-0. 4th down. Great job, Tyson Hayes. Hayes and then Clayton on the cleanup there. So that's gonna give the Dolphins the ball. So that was a nice job. Tyson Hayes playing that strong safety position. And, Tyson, just great athlete, a lot of speed. Really he's a junior. He was on varsity last year, played a lot of special teams, but now out there every down on defense, and a really nice look taking care of that 4th down tackle.
Let's see if the Dolphins can string something together.
Yeah, so I'll try to get a look on the offensive line, but what you see, and I think, well, they allowed
him to get set.
Yeah. So D'Alessandro and Gassa on this side. Newman with time completes a nice pitch and catch to Anthony Hood.
Got out of bounds.
So like a 13-yard out route. Nice crisp pass from Newman to Hood, moving the chain, stopping the clock.
Nice pitch and catch.
Pretty good decision by Coach Finger to call that timeout. Just across the Dolphin 45-yard line at the 46, 1st and 10. We got 19 seconds left.
Coach Finger does okay for a philosophy major.
that he does. So Newman has had time today. Oh, blitzer coming free. He's got. He had Duhan free. He had a blitzer coming up the middle that he did. Newman sidestepped the blitzer up the middle and threw it deep. And Duhan tried to make an adjustment on it, but
Duhan never saw the ball until it got on him.
Yeah, and that's one of those things. I don't know if it wasn't like Newman was just throwing it up as a prayer. He had a beat on it, but you never quite know how those downfield passes, the rhythm of those things. So now we have 13 seconds left. 2nd down and 10 from the 46-yard line. Receivers in the game. Hood, number 3, Duhan, number 5. Those guys are split to the left. Gassa and D'Alessandro to the right. Newman with time again. That pass I think his hand got hit on the way up, but he got bailed out. Bailed out by his buddy Anthony Hood.
He hung in there. Hung in there like a champ.
Yep.
5 seconds left on the clock.
I think they're going to get up here and probably clock this thing. Newman clocks it. I'm not quite sure how it goes to 5 to 2.3 seconds, but you have one play left. That's what you call a good timekeeper there. Trying to get
suspect
5 seconds off the clock
some suspect button pushing there on the clock manager.
Scott Clayton, I think, is trying to make sure that he says that loud enough. Maybe somebody over there hears him.
They heard me. He's ignoring me.
All right, Scott, I'm glad that you are between him and I, right? Because you might be fine to square off against him. I don't think I am.
I mean, 5
but
seconds
I can
to
run.
2.3.
I can run pretty fast. I'd have to get this headset off.
I am Joseph's dad. I'm faster than I look.
All right. I like it. So we got one play here for the Dolphins. From the 29-yard line, D'Alessandro and Duhan to the right. Hood is going to be to the left. Clayton in the backfield. Newman barking signals. Oh, there's a big blitz. He's not going to get away with it. Now, couldn't get the pass away.
Who was that?
Just want to make sure that Newman's okay. I think he got rolled up a bit on. Yeah, somebody shot right through there. I mean, I don't know if it like
Malik Howard.
Okay, blitzing the A or B gap there, and so that was right in Newman's face. He didn't have time. I think what he was trying to do is roll to the left and then be able to launch one up to Hood in that left-hand corner. So quite an eventful first half. I mean, I've lived several lives already. Barry Gordon II is looking at me and he's saying water, but I'm thinking, are you saying beer? I mean, that motion usually. I mean, yeah, water would be fine.
He was giving the universal signal for beer.
I think that's what we wanted. Come on. Oh, okay. Yeah. So Barry Gordon, senior, correct. I actually have a water over here, but he corrected me on the difference of the water signal, which is a full hand, versus the cocktail symbol, which includes the extended pinky finger. So really, really appreciate that. I'm going to jump into some. I'll let you have a drink of water there, Scott. So thanks for being here the whole first half for me. As we roll in, I'm going to give everybody a little view of what's going on around both Whitney Young right now, as well as around Chicago high school football. That would assume that I can find my notes. So let's start and talk a little Chicago football. So some big games already this weekend. On Friday night, we had number 4 Batavia squaring off against number 3 Lincoln Way East. So Lincoln Way East coming out of that with a 31-16 win over Batavia. So Batavia's got, they got a bunch of D1 guys. Tyler Jancy, a linebacker, going to Wisconsin. Jack Sadowski going to Iowa State. And Batavia had shut out Phillips the entire game last week. And Phillips only scored in the last play of the game. So 43-6 was the Batavia win over Phillips, but Batavia goes down this week to Lincoln Way East. Big matchup, Maine South against Warren. Warren coming in as number 7. Maine South number 9. Warren gets out with a 19-17 win. Warren's going to be an interesting team to watch all year. Adam Behrens is their quarterback. And Adam played early in his career. Then he didn't play football last year. He's a baseball guy. He's got a scholarship to go to Arizona State. So scholarship to Arizona State in baseball, had that secured and said, hey, I'm going to play my senior year of football. And has done a nice job there. He's thrown to Jalen Duffy, who's a North Dakota State commit at wide receiver and defensive back. Naperville North squared off against Glenbard, so that was number 13 Naperville North against number 16 Glenbard North. Naperville comes out on top 28-13. Naperville North led by Aiden Gray at quarterback. Aiden's going to be heading to Northwestern next year at quarterback. Also to note, Glenbard North, they had a win over Kenwood in week 1, 21-18. So they go down in week 2. Big game in the Catholic League last night. So St. Pat's got that big week 1 upset over St. Ignatius. So they were squaring off against Notre Dame. So both of those teams in the top 25, Notre Dame at 20, St. Pat's at 25. Notre Dame with a 35-14 win in that game. Wheaton-Warrenville South, who went down last week to Simeon, got a win against Neuqua Valley. So Neuqua Valley was ranked number 8. Wheaton-Warrenville came in, got a 10-7 overtime win. And then St. Rita, Brother Rice. St. Rita with a 17-12 win over Brother Rice. The note there, St. Rita had a tough first week loss to Mount Carmel. And also their coach announced that he's stepping aside after the season. Coach Todd Kushka, who's been extremely successful at Rita, 205 wins overall, had a state title back in 2006 and runner-up in both 19 and 21. And then Kenwood, so keeping it close by. Kenwood with a big win, 14-0 over Bradley Bourbonnais. So Kenwood's going to be really fun to watch and see how they progress throughout the year. They're loaded up again. I think I talked about it last week. Khalil Tate going to Iowa. Kavion Thunberg has had 17 offers, including Auburn and Oregon and Michigan State, Purdue, Nebraska. Logan Lester's committed to Western Michigan, their wide receiver. Marquise Underwood is only a junior, I think. He's on the edge. He's got 23 offers, including those small schools, Michigan, Notre Dame, Cincinnati, Auburn. A few other scores. Lamont with an upset over Naz. So Lamont wins 24-17 over Naz. Ignatius bounced back big time. So Ignatius led by Justin Scott and your guy, Vinny Rugai. They got a win 49-0 over Milwaukee King last night. And another big bounce back, Fenwick. Fenwick put it on Thornwood 42-0. So Fenwick had lost that opening game against Oak Park River Forest at SeatGeek Stadium. They come back with a big-time win, 42-0 over Thornwood. Just a few other scores. If we keep it kind of close to in our conference, Taft fell to Grant 24-20. St. Viator beat Clark 41-0. Lane with a 10-6 win over Thornton Fractional South. One other thing that I wrote in just because I was looking at some of these things. So Prospect defeated Barrington 52-20. Quarterback at Prospect, I'll do the best on his last name, Brad Verniesel, I believe. So here are his numbers after the first 2 weeks. First week, he threw for 452 yards, 7 touchdowns in the first half. I think that was Prospect against Sandburg. And then this past week, he threw for over 400 yards against Barrington. So Prospect, a really good-looking team. They've got Frank Covey IV, also a Northwestern recruit. I think the other thing on that Vegas had was what's the over-under on the number of times I mentioned the Wildcats today. I think that was set at 6.5. I'm sure I'm well on my way to that.
Can never have too many Northwestern references.
Absolutely, and I'm going to roll a few more. So games that are going on today, Bolingbrook against Simeon just down the street at Gately. So Bolingbrook comes in as number 5. Here's my next reference. So Bolingbrook, you know who they're coached by?
I don't know.
That's okay. John Ivelo. John Ivelo's been there quite a bit. John Ivelo was in my dorm at Northwestern my freshman year. So is this. I've nailed Northwestern 4 or 5 times in the last 5 minutes here. So Ivelo was a fullback on the actually pre-Gary Barnett team. So Francis Pay, the coach back then, Ivelo was a fullback, transferred to Colorado State, and actually played a season or 2 with the Bears. So he's built a great program at Bolingbrook. They're always in contention for state titles. He's talking about numbers. So he's got a freshman quarterback starting there, Jonas Williams. Last week versus Manuka, he threw for 407 yards and 7 touchdowns. Now that team is loaded up. And Marion Stewart is a wide receiver there. He's got 18 offers. Michigan, Wisconsin, Oregon, Ole Miss, Miami of Ohio. Just a shout out to my daughter, Ellison Newman, at Miami of Ohio. So maybe you get a Marion Stewart there. Also, Cayenne Barry Johnson. So Jonas Williams got some guys that he can throw it up to. Now, they're going against Simeon. That game is going at the same time. Simeon, big-time win over Warrenville South, Wheaton Warrenville South. The first week, they won 41-23. These guys, if you want to follow somebody and see some highlight plays, follow Malik Elzy on social media. So Malik Elzy is committed to go to Cincinnati next year. He had 3 catches, 124 yards. There was one catch that he had, Scott, that caught a little swing pass over on the right-hand side. Did you see that?
Joseph showed it to us twice.
Yeah, so I think he probably broke 20 tackles on that play. He broke the tackle by the entire team on the right-hand side, then cut it all the way back to the left-hand side of the field, and guys were, getting on him, but he was just throwing guys around.
Joseph said he backed up into the end zone. He didn't quite back in, but he did carry quite a few people with him.
Yeah, so Elzy, we're going to see him next week. So tune in for the Malik Elzy show, and we're going to do all we can. It's talk to Coach Malik Leonard this week, and he's like, hey, yeah, you got a key on that guy. But Andre Cruz last week for Simeon, 21 carries, 295 yards, 3 touchdowns. So it's not like you can just sit back and play 2 or 3 guys watching Malik Elzy because Andre Cruz is going to take care of business on you. A couple other games to note: East Moline against number 1 Loyola. Loyola with that big-time win on ESPN over Cincinnati St. X last week, so see how they come off of that win and keep rolling. And then another CPS school going against a big-time Chicago Power. So Mount Carmel, ranked number 1 in the state right now at 7A, squaring off against Phillips at 7 o'clock tonight. So Caravan took down number 6 St. Rita last week, 35-3. Blaney Dowling, the quarterback at Mount Carmel, 19 of 21 for 318 yards and 5 touchdowns. So a lot of interest there. Phillips, they're going to try to get things started, and we talked about it last week, Scott. I mean, these guys aren't afraid to face anybody. One of those other teams, Morgan Park, took down Rich Township last night, 30-20. So Morgan Park 2-0 after taking down 2 really good suburban programs. And just for you at the end, Scott, De La Salle 49, North Lawndale 2.
Love to hear that.
So that's a look around. That's a look around high school football. We got. Are we still? All right.
Well, it appears we are frozen.
Well, I don't know. I'm
panning.
I'm not sure that we are. I mean, we're still getting it on the live stream. I think we're still on air. We may want to ask whoever sent that in. Just if anybody has my. Okay. Oh, Ellison Newman 2 minutes ago gave me a hi Barry, nice to hear from you. So I think that that might have been a text that was there from our earlier technical difficulties. We've got 4 minutes until the second half. So let me give you some Whitney Young sports action right now. Whitney Young volleyball started off the year strong. Yesterday, their first day at the New Trier tournament, went 3-0 with wins over Wheeling, Glenbrook North, and Loyola. Girls flag football, I think we mentioned last week. They went 3-0 in last weekend's Jamboree. Sonali Angus holding down QB1 there. So we'll try to get a little bit more information and highlights from some of those other sports. I'm going to pull up a little report that I got on the soccer team. So hang on here as I reference my phone. So here we go. Let me give you this breakdown. Thank you, Jason Hockman, if you're out there. I'm going to give you a shout-out for providing this. So here's a Whitney Young soccer update. Whitney Young soccer has a tough opening schedule with games against 2 ranked opponents, Loyola and Morton, defending city champion Peyton, and rival Lane Tech. So that's setting the scene for what the soccer boys Dolphins were facing. They finished that stretch 1-1-2 with ties, 0-0 ties against Loyola and Lane. They lost a heartbreaker against Morton, 3-2 after taking an early 2-0 lead. Junior goalie Jackson Sprenger has been solid in net for Young. Won the Loyola game on a huge performance. Cole Hockman. Cole, great athlete, baseball player, played first base this year, sort of a mainstay in the middle of that Whitney Young lineup on baseball, but Cole also a standout soccer player. Put his team on the back in the Peyton game, assisting MJ Hicks in the first half for the freshman's first high school goal. Then Hockman netted the game winner on a beautiful cross from Reese Kruschke. Cole Hockman right now leads the Dolphins in goals scored on the year. Also shout out to the Whitney back line, Garen Petrulius, Nate Chmielewicz, Diego Delgado, and Sasha Frias-Keller have been the strength of the Dolphins team. Also, senior leadership from Nate, Diego, and Sasha has been invaluable on that team getting off to that 1-1-2 start. They open conference play on Wednesday against Von Steuben.
I think we're near the staging area for those drag racing clubs.
I know.
that have been taking over the city streets. There's a couple of guys who just keep going back and forth the length of the block, engines revving.
Well, let's get the Dolphins engines revving in the second half. What do you think about that for a segue?
That was nice. I'm impressed. Got a minute and a half to go until the start of the second half.
So Dolphins are going to receive the ball here at the start of the second, and going to look to get some things going. Talk a lot about trying to be a balanced attack, and I guess the balance that we're seeing right now is sort of like early runs that we're really working that last drive with not a whole lot of time left, a couple good completions. We will be, well, I guess we'll have to see where they come out and if they got the wind at their back. I think maybe the wind has died down a little bit.
I was just about to say that. I think it has died down somewhat, so it may not be as much of a factor. I can say this. Another key, I think, is the time that Bennett Newman has in the pocket. We saw when he had a clean pocket and he had time, his receivers were able to get some separation. Hopefully the offensive line can continue to give him time. We saw at the end of the first half there, things kind of broke down, blitz got through and gave him some problems.
Yeah, and back to Coach Finger's opening comments about finishing in the red zone. So the one red zone possession that we had was the interception. So it was the play action pass that that was. I'd actually like to know who it was that made the interception on Goode, because that guy got up there. I mean, it was sort of like a one-handed pick that he was able to make. Newman just didn't get it over the top of him to get the receiver in the end zone. And then the other, long Joseph Clayton run where just a heads-up play by one of the Whitehurst brothers in stripping the ball on the backside of that. So it's these are the kind of games that, right now, statistic-wise, and sort of like what they've been able to do both in the ground and the air, the Dolphins have been getting the job done, but the scoreboard still reads 6-0 Goode, and that's a problem right now.
It is. We've got to stop making the mental errors. We take one step forward, two steps back.
Yeah, yep. Giving a couple penalties in there, couple things that just haven't quite worked out in the first half. But anyway, we got a half of football in front of us.
We've got an officiating crew that's calling a pretty tight game. They really aren't letting anything go unnoticed. I missed what happened on the kickoff where there was the personal foul, but I did see two Dolphins engaged with one of the Knights. So not sure what happened there, but can't afford to have those types of mistakes.
So mentioned going through talking about Simeon next week. So that's going to be a tough task, right? So Simeon going to be a Saturday game, 7:15. I think that'll be at Lane. So we go from Simeon to then we are at Clark on the 17th. Lane Tech, which is a home game, but probably at Lane Tech on Saturday the 24th at 10 a.m. And Phillips on the 30th, Westinghouse, Taft, and Hubbard. So a lot of tough games facing us in the future here. Simeon, definitely going to be a
that's a heavy
challenge.
Lift.
Yeah, that's a heavy lift.
I unfortunately will not be present for that game. I'll be supporting Kenneth Clayton.
All right, Kenneth Clayton and McAllister.
McAllister fighting Scots.
All right, who are they playing?
Not sure next week. Today is their first game. They're playing at University of Minnesota Morris.
Okay. What position's Kenneth playing?
Linebacker.
All right, linebacker running in the Crawford bloodlines. All right, so Dolphins again set to receive the second half kickoff. Halftime clock is under a minute to play. Goode still on the field, stretching out here a bit. One of the things that's interesting about the Chicago Public Schools schedule this year is that it was moved 2 weeks earlier, and a lot of positive feedback from coaches because it just meant that they had a captive audience. And I know that one of the discussions after the Goode game last year that the Dolphins won 23-0 was just that it was actually before classes had started, and guys that have summer jobs and other things like that are still trying to put those hours in, and maybe not making football practice every night or as consistently as when you have people in school and you've got their, and this is a great campus here, really nice views. So the Sarah Goode STEM Academy off to our right-hand side, their baseball field, this football field, and yeah, maybe I saw one of the comments, we don't necessarily like the shipping containers in the backdrop, but I don't know, it's got I kind of like the feel of it. It's a little gritty. But a great setup for Goode with their facilities here. So we're going to get underway. So the Dolphins will have the wind at their back in the start of the third quarter. Will DeMille, number 17, back deep, along with Luke Yolich, number 23. Try to give some shout-outs, some other of the special teamers that are in. I see Lorenzo Rivas up there, number 34, Lorenzo Rivas. Tyson Hayes, another up back, number 4. So good kicker getting set. That appears to be number 2. Number 2, Clarence Davis. So here we go. Second half. Dolphins trailing 6-0. End over end kick going to be fielded by Yolich at the 15. Cuts to his right. It's got some daylight out there. Almost all the way out to the 50-yard line.
Excellent run. Good setup blocking. And no laundry on the field.
There we go. You always kind of hold your breath a little bit on that. So I'll try to take a look if I can to see what our setup is. So now Alex is back at tight end wearing number 6. So we'll try to get an eye on what the offensive line setup is. I see Nefasimi Opedele in there, Buster Cepeda, Jason Perez, Nick Dale. So we'll try to see who our left tackle is, and that could give us some indication. So Newman under center.
I formation.
Clayton and Yolich. Hand off to Yolich. Nothing doing. Yolich stopped for
2-yard loss.
Yep,
3-yard loss.
So that was number 65 for Goode in the middle of that scrum. 65 is Carlos Pacheco.
Number 4 for Goode came limping off. Looks like a number of good players are trying to work some kinks out. Number 24 there is stretching out.
I think what we've got here is Anthony Hood is in the game and is going to be in the backfield at quarterback. So he's going to be, Hood's going to, and Hood can throw it. He's actually the backup quarterback on this team. So you have Hood and Clayton in the backfield. Dale in motion to his left. Anthony taking the direct snap, looking to get outside, gets outside. Gets the corner, still going, still on his feet, wrestled down, out of bounds, across the 40-yard line. So there, Coach Finger and Coach Boucher just switching some things up on the offensive side of the ball. You want to get Anthony Hood as many touches as you possibly can in the game, and so to put him in there and get the direct snap is one way to do it. And it's something that they've worked on in practice and has looked pretty good. Brian Pantoja also on the field right now. I think so. Pantoja is number 16, and he's in Hood's position. So Hood and now Goode is like they've got everybody lined up. They got cover 0 on. Duhan came in motion. Hood bobbled the snap, couldn't get much going. and I think was able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
I think that was supposed to be a handoff to Clayton, but when he bobbled it, Clayton had already broken through the line.
So 2nd and 10. As of right now, looks like, okay, so Newman's coming back on right now. Hood is staying off the field. So you've got Pantoja still in that wide receiver position. So on our right-hand side, Duhan, number 5, Harrison Gassa, number 21. Looks like Goode has softened up a little bit on their coverage. Handoff up the middle to Clayton. Gets a nice opening across the 35-yard line. Pick of 6 yards.
Nice run. Picked up a passenger on that run.
Yeah, he sure did. So Dolphins able to keep grinding some yards on the ground here. You're going to have 3rd and 3 from the 34-yard line. Looks like the line to get will be the 31, so 3 yards. Newman got the hard count. As long as his guys didn't move, Newman picks up the 1st down.
Excellent work.
Newman, a lifelong Green Bay Packers fan, studying Aaron Rodgers in the hard count. I know that everybody listening to this broadcast loves Aaron Rodgers.
We won't hold that against him. Looks like we're having issues with the clock again.
Yep, so again, I'm gonna just duck down here behind you guys. I'm not one for conflict. So 1st down on penalty. 1st down just across the 30-yard line. Newman waves Dale to his left and then back to his right. Handoff to Clayton. Clayton getting upfield, probably picked up 2 on that. So good sustained drive here. Yolich going to check in for Clayton. Second and 8 from the 27-yard line, I think. 7:20 left here, 3rd quarter. 6-0. Goode Knight leading the Dolphins. So Hood is now back in at that quarterback position. Yolich to his right. Dale in motion to the right. Hood running to the right. Picks up some blocks. He's got a convoy running out of bounds with a 1st down. I think a 1st down. They're getting the spot. Now they're waving the chains forward. So 1st down on that direct snap and run for Anthony Hood.
I think the combination of Hood's speed and our offensive line push is really effective at this point.
Yeah, yep.
Goode's defensive line, a lot of hands on hips.
So you want to keep rolling. So Newman is coming back in right now. So again, wide receivers out there. Pantoja is a freshman. Quinn Duhan, big week last week, got a reception already today, number 5. Harrison Gassa's got a reception today. So Gassa and Duhan are off on the right-hand side. Yolich as the deep back behind Newman. Newman with a handoff. Some green there for Yolich and some push. Yeah, I think the offensive line, kind of fun to have some of these games out there, right? They're just starting to beat on the Goode Knights.
Nothing more noble than making another man go in a direction he does not want to go.
Oh, love it.
First time I heard that, Chris Millette.
All right. We'll like it a lot. So shout out to those offensive linemen. So again, you've got in the middle, Buster Cepeda, Opadelli Nefesimi, Nick Dale. On the outside, Jason Perez, and that is MJ Woods. So let's keep calling those guys' names in a good way. Newman, handoff to Yolich. He's going to find. Oh man!
Nicely
light it
done.
Up.
He lowered his shoulder and delivered the boom. Excellent run, Luke. Excellent run.
There you go, Luke Jolich. There's one for the huddle reel. So Jolich was weaving his way through traffic and saw the center of a Goode Knight chest and just decided to take him backwards. So here we go. This is big time because this is for the lead. Barrett, long snapper. Newman puts the hold down. Kick is up.
And good.
And good. So
Dolphins have their first lead of the season.
big time because, and not to overplay an extra point, but it's high school football, and quite frankly, they haven't had time to work on a lot of those things. And that one, definitely Brian Bardsma. Shout out to Brian, a soccer player who's been playing with a football team, for knocking that through. But also, big shout out to Ben Barrett, because if you we struggled long snapping last year, long snapping on punts, long snapping, and you know, Nando was great.
Excellent.
And Pat McHale was great at getting the hold down. So if you guys are out there listening to this, no, I don't even remember. I'm not going to say who was long snapper. I think we rolled through a bunch of different ones. But this year, Ben Barrett is a guy who went to long snapping camp over the summer, and it shows.
It paid off. It definitely paid off. But want to reiterate, Luke on that run, it's better to hit than to be hit, and he definitely delivered a blow.
Yeah, that was great. And just good, long, sustained drive for the Dolphins on that. And behind the running of Hood, running of Clayton, running of Jolich to get that job done.
Excellent drive. Excellent drive. Way to start the.
All right, so the Dolphins go up 7-6, 5:45 left here in the third quarter. Bardsma to kick it away from the 40. Let's see if he can stick this one in the end zone with the wind behind him, although now it feels like the wind has entirely died down. So kick coverage. Ball is away. Corralled by Goode. Had a backpedal all the way to the 1. Clayton got clipped like crazy right there. And the Goode runner is still alive. He's got Rico D'Alessandro, but ridiculous missed block in the back on Joseph Clayton.
So much for the officiating crew.
So the Goode runner switched directions, and I think that was Whitehurst. I think that's Marcus, right, number 23. And I mean, those guys have been electric all day. And I'm not going to complain anymore for you because you can miss some of those calls. But I thought that one was pretty blatant because when he waited, he was going to the right, and when he cut back to the left, all the direction changed, and somebody laid a block right smack in the 7 of Joseph Clayton's back. All right, so let's do a quick check on the Dolphins' defense. I think once you get into the second half here, we're going to start seeing some other guys out there just to make sure that we don't have too many guys cramping up or anything like that. So Pantoja stays in the game. He's playing one of the safety positions. Saw Rico D'Alessandro out there. I think we also might have Jacob Miraz, senior Jacob Miraz is in at the D end on this side closest to us. So Jacob just stay assignment, man. Stay in that gap. Goode's going to do one thing. They're going to run. That's a quarterback keeper. Quarterback keeper by one of the Whitehurst twins. He's going to pick up a yard or two. Actually, I got to make sure. That was Martise. Yeah, it was Martise Whitehurst. They keep switching up. 6 and 8 are tough to tell the difference of. So I think sometimes number 6, Martise Whitehurst, is taking snaps at that quarterback position. Sometimes it's number 8, Calvion Williams, that's taking the snap. And other guys you're going to see getting the ball there, Julius Jaquez Flores and number 23, Marcus Whitehurst. And I think he is back on the field after the long kickoff return. So 2nd and 8 at the 43-yard line. Whitehurst under center. Dolphins, plenty of guys in the box. There's Whitehurst with a positive gain. Eventually corralled by number 67, Jason Perez, playing in on the D line right now. So I think, yeah, trying to rotate through some other D line players as both the offensive and defensive line, both those guys, have, they spend a lot of time out there on the field. Nefesimi Opadele and Perez playing the D line spots. So that was a first down. Whitehurst, number 6, under center. 4 minutes, 27 seconds left here in the third quarter. A give. Oh, Whitehurst keeps it. Rico D'Alessandro. Flag came in from the back judge on that too. So we'll have to see if that is a holding call or what he's calling from all the way back there. But really nice job. So Tyson Hayes had the initial pressure, pushed him outside, and then Rico D'Alessandro took care of business there. But we'll have to see what the call is here from the refereeing crew. I'm just trying to find Coach Finger on the sideline to see what sort of reaction you might have. I think they're talking to him, so it's on Goode.
He signals to push them back.
So a hold. So you think the philosophy major made the right call there and taking the yardage?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
We have a meeting of the minds here with the officials.
You use that term loosely, my friend.
I'll leave it to interpretation.
We got a good turnout here. No pun intended. Actually, stands are pretty full. Very, very good turnout for Goode's opening game of the year.
How about another Northwestern reference?
Absolutely. Scott Clayton's mother-in-law, Northwestern grad. Getting that wins you some points, my friend.
Oh, I have so many points.
Oh, all right. That doesn't surprise me, Scott. That does not surprise me. So this is where on a live stream, people usually, on network TV, you can cut away to a commercial.
They still haven't figured it out.
Nah.
It's getting to look more like Keystone Cops out there.
Yeah, I think the original Thrill, Will DeMille, is ready to go out on the field and explain some things. What do you think, original Thrill? You going out there and giving the referees some of your opinions? We're not quite sure what's going on. This is where throw out some dad jokes or things like that. I can only tell you the score and the time so many times before it gets a bit repetitive. So here's a signal. Holding. I don't know. Again, it's a spot foul, so I'm not sure if that was part of the conversation.
I think the problem is it occurred in the secondary. So given that it's a spot foul, I think what they should have done is it's the longer of the spot or the line of scrimmage.
All right, so they're going to set the ball down at the 42-yard line. So that's going to bring up first and
a mile.
Yeah, probably first and 20. First and 20. Great play, Rico D'Alessandro. So again, we talk about freshmen and playing football and getting out there and doing it right off the bat. So D'Alessandro, one of the top high school basketball recruits in Illinois. Out there, number 9, playing both wide receiver and D end. And Tyson Hayes, again, great initial pursuit, and D'Alessandro took down the quarterback on that keeper. I think
Let's see if they keep it on the ground.
That was motioned by their quarterback.
Well, just keep them moving back.
That's right. Yep, so their quarterback just sort of jumped up on the, I don't know if he thought it was on a different count. Anyway, I won't speculate. Now, I'm not quite sure why the referees have to get together and talk about this. Hey, what are you doing
They're
tonight?
exchanging recipes.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, speaking of, well, there was I don't know what that signal was. That was an offside signal, but on the offense. So anyway, I think it was illegal motion. Speaking of, you talking about pickle juice. So we're talking about pickle juice and how it's sort of the it's the hack to eliminating cramps. And you talked about, what is it, your sister-in-law that has a pickle recipe that we need to get out there for everybody?
My wife's cousin.
Okay, all right.
She is a chef by trade, and over the 4th of July, mate. That should be illegal motion.
Yeah, there were 4 guys moving in the backfield at the same time. So, I mean, Goode is only down here 7-6. They didn't play last week because of a forfeit. Trying to put things together here and really having a hard time getting any sort of continuity on offense. Officials kind of having a hard time getting any sort of continuity on moving things along here.
The officials are
and the clock is running.
The officials are looking like the Dolphins of last week's second half.
Yeah,
things just kind of fell apart.
So I think on that, when I was talking about how you can't, there was a minute that ran off of this clock from that last penalty to this penalty, and the clock should have been stopped. And now, so I didn't actually see them blow this in right now, but anyway, clock's running. 3:08.
And they didn't move the ball.
So still first down. That was after all that, a messed up play where the running back wasn't where the quarterback thought he was going to be, but it's still a positive gain out of it, and Tyson Hayes with the tackle. And still more conversations now going on. I'm not sure if that was if some words were spoken on the play, and now we've got a good offensive lineman whose chin strap came off. So 75 replaces 76. Get the equipment manager working on that.
The referee signals for the clock to run. It never stopped.
I don't know. I looked over at the clock operator before, and he was just looking at his phone, doing whatever. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, we'll try to keep it together.
Pay better attention with the clock, man.
I think Scott just, I'm sure everybody, he shared his.
I covered
his
my
mic. Yeah. I don't know. Everybody at home can decide if that mic was covered or not. We have mute buttons for that.
The next move is to walk over there.
All right, 2nd and long from the 39-yard line. Snap, quarterback keeper, Tyson Hayes.
Excellent.
Tyson Hayes, rodeo, roping him down.
That is contained discipline.
So Tyson Hayes, last 2 plays, has just looked excellent. Just playing with his speed. Tyson's a 4.6 guy, and we're going to see some of that speed, I think, on special teams, maybe a little offense this year. But right now, he's doing a job on the defensive side of the ball.
So now 3rd and about 3/4 of a mile.
Yeah, but this is, again, just Dolphins, stick with your assignments, right? Just stick. You've got gap responsibilities, and whatever that gap is, whatever's in it, tackle it. So
trust your coaches to make the right call.
Clock is running within one minute left here in the third quarter. Sorry, 3rd down. One of the Whitehurst brothers under center.
Delay of game against Goode.
Yep, delay of game against Goode.
The clock is still running. Stop the clock!
It's ridiculous. I mean, we've lost an entire quarter of football here because the Goode clock operator won't stop the clock, and I don't think the referees are paying any attention to it either. So we have penalties that are stopping the play. They're marching off yardage, and Goode clock operator just stays on the gas rather than the brakes on it.
Yeah, he just looked at me.
We got Rodney Dale right next door. Maybe we got to give Rodney a little nudge on it.
Watch the hand gestures.
All right, so I think that they're now going to signal they put some more time back on the clock, but it's sort of ridiculous because there are minutes, not seconds, that need to be put back on the clock. Goode is going to have 3rd down, and I don't have it written down, but they've had 5 or 6 penalties, procedure penalties this drive. So Dolphins just need to take care of business. He's got an open receiver. Oh, and so we had both Dale. Dale is disappointed that he didn't come up with that interception.
Alex should definitely do push-ups.
So also Joseph Gray, freshman Joseph Gray back there on coverage, and Duhan in the neighborhood.
So is that 4 passes now from Goode?
Yeah, I think so. So now we have to see what they want to do. Is that I think their punting unit is coming on. Punting unit is coming on with 4th and a long way for them, which makes sense. I didn't know at this point in the game if they were going to think about just going for it. But so good punters out there. Back deep for the Dolphins, Anthony Hood and Quinn Duhan. Line drive kick to Duhan. Duhan takes it north and south. Still on his feet. Go, Quinn, go. Still on his feet. Cutting to his left. Hang on to the ball. Quinn Duhan with a heck of a return. All the way down to the 25-yard line.
That was an excellent play.
Quinn Duhan took that north and south, weaved his way on the far left-hand side.
Defended against the chop.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and you could see that guy was lining up. I don't know if that was one of the Whitehurst brothers again, or I think it might have been Calvion Williams. But, yeah, that thing was it was like slow motion up here. Like, do not fumble after what we saw in the first half with Clayton after his long run. So, great field possession switch. Quinn Duhan just getting the job done.
Looking for good things out of him. He's getting better each week.
Yep, Newman in at quarterback. Looks like they're running 2 running backs. Joseph Clayton at fullback, Yolich at tailback. Newman waves Gassa a bit back off the line of scrimmage. Gets Hood in motion to his right. Takes the snap. Hand off to Yolich. He got stacked up, but again, you can tell that offensive line for the Dolphins is getting some business done up front. So Yolich with a few yards there, but yeah, again, I can't probably call out those guys enough. You got Nick Dale, Nefesimi Opedele, Buster Cepeda, MJ Woods, and Jason Perez making things happen on the front side for the Dolphins. So that's the end of the third quarter. 7-6 Dolphins over the Knights. So I'll reference it for the umpteenth time. Now it's about taking care of business in the red zone here for the Dolphins, and they were able to do that on the last drive, just pounding it with Yolich, with Clayton. And so now you get it again where you're knocking on the red zone for the Dolphins, and another score here would do a lot, would make me feel a lot better. How about you? Would it make you feel better, Scott?
It would definitely lower my blood pressure.
Yeah, you know what's funny is that I wear an Apple Watch, and I think it was I don't know if it did it today, but last week when I was trying to hook up all this equipment, it gave me a signal that says, "Are you working out now?" Well, just because my pulse rate is like 120 beats per minute, you think I'm working out? No, I'm just trying to get a live stream on air.
We've got some clouds rolling in. It's kind of a weird sky. Got the sun at our back. This officiating crew has definitely lost a bit of their mojo.
Yeah, so the Dolphins still over there. Offensive coordinator Eddie Brochet. We haven't talked a lot about Eddie. Eddie has been on the staff for a number of years and took the offensive coordinator position this year after Jake Lemming left the staff to go to the college ranks. So, Coach Lemming, we hope to see you around this year. But Coach Brochet taking all the skills that he's learned through the years and jumping into the offensive coordinator position. All right, so here the Dolphins are going to go back to Hood as the quarterback. Clayton behind him. They got offsides by Goode. I don't think there was any jump. I think the Dolphins and MJ Woods is at left tackle. They were anchored, and Hood with the hard count got the Goode Knights to jump. So that puts the ball 2nd down and 2 at the 22-yard line. So Hood stays on the field for the Dolphins at quarterback. I think they found a recipe that they like here. Hood number 3, Joseph Clayton number 7. Pantoja still in the game at wide receiver over here closest to us.
Goode has everyone in the box. Timeout, Goode.
Good calls a timeout. Last week's game, when I looked at the live stream, I think we went a total of 3 hours and 21 minutes.
On that scaffolding,
yeah,
that explains a lot. I was pretty sore the next morning.
Yeah, I actually had to go back, and we're well past that game. But I did have to go back because it was a strange game from a perspective of how well both teams really played in the first half, and the Dolphins had 2 different drives in Hope territory with under 4 minutes left in the first half, down 7-0. Could have tied the game up. Ended up going down halftime 10-0, and then the floodgates opened in the second half on a number of different things, just long strikes that went on with Hope. But I kind of had to go back and put it all together again because it was such a long game, and I was kind of forgetting what all went on. But definitely Dolphins played a lot better in that game than what the final score indicated. Here we got Newman back in, 2nd and short. He's got Hood in motion. Give to Clayton around the right side. He's got the first down, although
flag on the play.
There's a flag, so I think they're going to get a
Harrison
hold.
Ngasa on.
Yep, Harrison Ngasa, number 21, is going to get flagged for a holding penalty on the right-hand side. Clayton got around the edge, but then oftentimes tough for those wide receivers when they have somebody engaged. And a runner gets to the outside, and that guy disengages with them. Sometimes they just get handsy. So that's going to back. So it's a spot foul. So it'll go 2nd down. It was downfield. Clayton had already picked up the first down. So 2nd down and about 8 from the 23. Newman as the quarterback. He's got Duhan, Hood split to his left, Dale and Ngasa to his right, Clayton in the backfield.
Actually, that's
it's Yolich. So positive yardage for Yolich. Another nice job by Newman to corral that snap because it was low and to his left. Sort of the same thing that happened on another run that Yolich had. Looks like
Bennett has good hands for a quarterback.
Yeah. So I think Ben Barrett just checked in on the offensive line. Ben Barrett, the long snapper. Oh, Dylan Peruccini. All right, so we might have some guys on the offensive line who have played a lot today, trying to get some hydration in. So 3rd and about 4 for Newman. Hood in motion. Forward pass to Hood. He puts his foot in the ground, trying to get upfield. So that's technically a forward pass. I think Hood at the end of it maybe gained a couple. So that's going to bring up 4th down. Bardsma hammered through that extra point with the wind behind him. So I think the offense is going to stay on the field here. Newman off on the side, getting the play. So a lot of yardage, a lot of Dolphins able to grind some things on the ground here. 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Dolphins leading 7-6. So actually Hood, Newman stayed on the sideline. Hood is in the backfield. Tried, and that time, Brian Pantoja with the illegal motion for false start for the Dolphins on that. So Coach Finger gives him a pat on the head, and maybe for the crowd makes it look like he's supportive, but maybe had some words that were tough love words for Brian Pantoja, because he had a 3rd and short, something that's worked for the Dolphins, and getting the ball in Hood's hands and getting him moving. So Newman back in at quarterback. He's been able to get time. They haven't been able to connect on a lot of things. He's got one-on-one coverage over here. Anthony Hood is looking at him like, hey, man, you better throw me the damn ball. He's throwing to Quinn Duhan. Duhan's got the first down. Across the 15-yard line for a first down.
Nicely done, Dolphins.
Yep, great job. So Duhan came in motion to the left-hand side. Hood, who I thought that they were looking at, Hood went deep, and then Newman saw Duhan
wide open
underneath.
In the flat.
Yep, and then Duhan, what he's shown us, I mean, the dude has some speed. Got north and south and picked up that first down, which is huge, right? Because you were, again, let's go back. Red zone, red zone, red zone. Let's execute now, Dolphins. So Newman is going under center. He's got Clayton at fullback. Anthony Hood is the tail of the tandem. Duhan off to his left, Gassa to his right. Hand off to Hood. Hood looking for stuff on the right-hand side. Hood reaching, touchdown, Anthony Hood. Hood is just dynamic.
Dolphins look good on that drive.
Absolutely. Anthony Hood is a guy you want to have the ball in his hands as much as you possibly can. So that's when you've been seeing some of those direct snaps to him. That was just a handoff. Hood running back out of there.
Misdirection. The fullback went left. The play went right. Excellent blocking. Looks like the Dolphins are going for 2.
Going for 2 here to try to put it up for a 2-score game. So Newman in, quarterback, Clayton behind him. Good to the left, Newman. Ball on the ground. Newman's going to get hammered. So
pick him up, dust him off,
yep.
Regroup.
So I think, again, you had that snap that if it's going anywhere, I mean, there have been a lot of really nice snaps, but some of them are going off to his left-hand side. And I think especially if the play is supposed to go right, tough for him to grab that and do the spin on it. But a nice drive score, running back score for Anthony Hood. Dolphins up 13-6 here, 8:34 left in the 4th quarter. Hope everybody's having a nice Labor Day weekend Saturday. Scott, you got anything planned for the long weekend?
Absolutely nothing.
That's what I like to hear.
Although I did make a trek to Peoria Packing Company. They're on Lake Street.
Ah. What did you net in that visit?
Oh, picked up a few T-bones, some baby backs, some hot links.
So cool if we stop by at noon?
More like 3.
Okay, all right. Yeah. If you're talking ribs, you need to let those things smoke a little bit more.
Low and slow.
Yeah.
Got some Applewood chips.
All right, Brandon Bardsma, line drive kick on the ground. Let's see if we can take care of business against one of the Whitehurst brothers here.
A holding call missed.
Yeah.
Against.
So ushered out of bounds, Quinn Duhan, and Quinn's doing it all over the place. Special teams tackle for him there after some nice pitch and catch on that last time and a great punt return. So that was actually Bardsma. Bardsma came in on the tackle along with Duhan. So they get the ball out to the 40.
It's interesting how the official could be right there as the holding was taking place and not able to see it.
So I want to make sure I'm getting some of these younger Dolphins that are in on defense right now. So Jacob Mraz, a senior, getting some time at defensive end. Great to see him out there. Duhan is the deep safety, so he's just back there in case the Goode Knights do pass, and then to help on run defense. And Joseph Gray, the other cornerback on the side. So Whitehurst under center. He is back to pass. That's got to be a pickoff by Duhan. Duhan across midfield. He's got a caravan in front of him. Duhan, there's a flag down. 2 flags down. So in the house for Duhan. There are some penalties, some laundry on the play, calling a holding against the Dolphins. So not a touchdown, but a turnover nonetheless. So the Dolphins are going to take over in their territory. I think we have a good player down right now. And I didn't see what happened out there.
It was tough to see. There was a lot going on, but excellent defense by the Dolphins.
Yep. So Duhan was playing that deep safety spot, and did what he needed to do. Don't let anybody get behind you.
It's amazing what happens when you do your job.
And Quinn, all-purpose yardage today. He's putting in the books. It's Quinn Duhan, a sophomore. So Quinn played a lot of special teams early in the season last year. Was getting a few offensive snaps here or there, but started and played that Simeon game. And I think he had 4 catches, 40 yards. In the 7-on-7 this year, Duhan was a big-time target for Newman, especially on 3rd and 4th downs. Now, 7-on-7, hard to tell, what happens when you're live fire in a game. But and Quinn is a guy that I've had the pleasure of spending a little time with. He's part of the carpool. And Quinn is he's just a great football mind, really fun guy to talk to, great family. So nice to see him having just an incredible day today and all over the place, right? Offense, defense, special teams. Quinn Duhan's got the triple crown right now. So the Dolphins, they like this rotating Anthony Hood in at quarterback. So Hood at QB, Clayton behind him.
No one deep for Goode. Everybody's in the box. Flag on the play. Illegal procedure against the Dolphins.
So I'm not sure. I think that was one of the wide receivers on this side. So we got Will DeMille in the game, number 17. So Will been on kickoff return team. So it's either Will or my guess is that given Harrison Gassa is coming out of the lineup right now, that it may have been on him.
It may have been Harrison.
So Dolphins definitely given some different look, getting some people out there. Pantoja in, Will DeMille in, Hood back on it. So that's, you see a few of those receivers in when Hood goes to that defensive or that quarterback spot. So it's and that's just part of the offense. So Newman is over on the side next to Eddie Boucher. Hood with Clayton next to him. He's keeping it. And he's going to just try to get picked up some positive yardage there. Held on to the ball. Wrestled down at the Goode 36-yard line. So that brings up second down.
Looks like about
second and about 14.
14, yeah.
So Newman back in. Back in with the play.
I have a sneaky suspicion he's about to air it out.
I'm sure he would like to. So Rico D'Alessandro, Will DeMille, the receivers on the left-hand side. Anthony Hood to the right. Alex Dale in motion to the right. And then back to the left. Newman with the snap. Handoff to Clayton. Clayton pursued in the backfield, but keeps his feet going. Ends up picking up 3 yards on that. So yeah, there was early pursuit off the edge from the Goode Knights on that made Clayton have to loop that thing out, but still was able to get his shoulders squared and get north and south to pick up a few. So now we got 3rd and 12.
There's a discrepancy between the
where the ball is and where the so now we're at 3 minutes 33 seconds left in the 4th quarter.
6 minutes.
Yeah, what did I say?
3.
3. Well, thanks for correcting me.
But with this clock management, who knows?
All right, so again, D'Alessandro Dale to the left. DeMille Hood to the right. Newman with a 3rd down. Gets the snap. Blitz up the middle.
Picked up by Clayton. Oh.
Newman got leveled on that play. They're picking him up. Yeah, they had a blitz right up the middle. And he got the ball away a little bit behind the receiver. I guess I'd say that Newman was under duress, but he's making his way off the field. So this brings up a 4th and long.
Clayton picked up 1 blitzer, but they brought many.
Yep. So Newman is on the bench off on the side with his helmet off. That one hurt. Hood coming in. So I'm guessing we're gonna roll the dice with an Anthony Hood. Maybe I'm guessing this is gonna stay on the ground. Probably what you want to do here. 6 minutes left. 13-6. Dolphin lead. Good. Stacked in the box. DeMille in motion. Hood upfield. Hood gonna be close. They're gonna be depending on the spot. I think they're gonna mark it just short.
He was a yard short.
Just short, but Anthony picked up close to 15 yards on that. And again, just showing that burst. Showing that burst for Anthony Hood. And if nothing else, you pin the Goode Knights at the 25-yard line. So 13-6 lead for the Dolphins. 5:54 left in the game. Jason Perez still turning in some yeoman's work on the defensive line. Baba Nefesimi Opedele at the other D tackle. Baba doesn't come off the field much, if at all. And Rico D'Alessandro and Harrison Gassa also at the DN positions. I think DeMille over here as a corner. And there's, oh yeah.
Baba Nefesimi Opedele.
So Opedele made some early plays and now was able to knife through there again and get that tackle for loss. I think he got about a 4-yard loss on that play. And Nefesimi.
I like saying Nif's full name.
Absolutely. I mean, if you got Baba Nefesimi Opedele, you got, that's, and you can say it. I think we're saying it right. And I'm pretty sure that we are.
He'll let me know.
Yeah. Also a great guy to follow on social media. A lot of fun stuff coming out of Baba Times. Big Baba Times, I think, is his Instagram handle. So that brings up 2nd and 14 for Goode. Again, you got Duhan playing that deep safety. The corners have backed off. That pitch is up in the air. The ball is free on the ground, still rolling around. I think that the Dolphins came up with that.
They did.
All right, who?
Looks like Joseph
Clayton. Joseph Clayton.
Whose kid is that?
Janae
Clayton.
Janae, that's what I was going to say. Janae's Clayton's kid made that play.
He recovered that ball.
We think so.
She said he did. She wasn't even paying attention.
All right, so we'll see. That's a big time turnover because still this is a one-score game, 13-6. I mean, it's almost like this quarter, this whole half has gone the Dolphins' way, but it would certainly be nice to punch another one in here. So Newman, good to see, back in the game at quarterback.
That's a tough kid.
Clayton at running back. Oh, I think we're going to go to the I formation again. So Clayton at fullback, Anthony Hood as the tailback, Duhan to the left, Rico D'Alessandro to the right. Handoff up the middle to Hood. Hood picking his way. Hood in the end zone for a touchdown.
Dolphins starting to get some distance.
Hood and Buster Cepeda celebrating that one. So, again, offensive line taking care of business, and Hood just explosiveness. I mean, Anthony Hood is a great receiver. All you college coaching staffs out there, I don't know. The guy looked okay to me as a running back, too.
Just an all-around good athlete.
Yeah, and a great kid. Love Anthony. Newman with the hold. Bardsma pounding it through. Dolphins go up 20-6 with 4:46 left here in the game. So great job. Fumble recovery on a wayward pitch by the Goode Knights, corralled by Joseph Clayton. And then a one-play running score for Anthony Hood. So that's Anthony's second rushing touchdown today, right?
Yes, it is.
I haven't been doing a good job of writing this stuff down. I got too frazzled with all the technical difficulties that we've been having. I had big plans today to try to give you a more analytically sound broadcast. But
what's the saying? Man plans, God laughs.
Oh, we're getting some McAllister score updates here. McAllister up 3. I was going to try to, well, all of you watching at home, you probably have a Notre Dame Ohio State game on that you're watching. I think they just kicked off. We're going to stay focused on the task at hand here, which is finishing out this win for the Whitney Young Dolphins against the Goode Knights. So 20, Whitney Young 20, Goode 6, 4:46 left. Brandon Bardsma counting orange hats, making sure we've got 11 out there.
Hopefully we're getting close to saying good night to the Goode Knights.
Oh, Scott, how long were you working on that?
It hurt. It hurt. It hurt to wait this long.
Bardsma, kick is away. One of the Whitehurst brothers going to be a reverse to number 6. Nice job. All right, so I'm going to try to make sure I call out so Barry Gordon with the tackle, number 2. The initial, I think the first guy down was the guy we should be giving credit to, and I don't know if it was number 10. I didn't do a good job of spotting that, but it was a really, really nice job because they came around on the reverse. I mean, we've had trouble covering the kicks when these guys are just getting a lot of momentum going at it. So anyway, ball just inside the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Goode Knights. Barry Gordon back in at the end after that solid special teams play.
I think we're going to see the Dolphins defense pin their ears back on this series.
Jacob Mraz and Barry Gordon at D end. Nefasimi still in there at D tackle. Alex Dale and Joseph Clayton inside linebackers.
Anthony Hood getting people into position.
You know, I said it earlier. Maybe these guys actually do get paid by the flag thrown. They've got some piecework going on here. Although Goode has not been disciplined in their offensive sets. So I think as much as we like to rip on the guys in stripes, they're seeing what's in front of them. So that'll make it a 1st and 15. Oh, Darren Holzlander's in the house. Well, shout out to one of the top trainers in the city of Chicago, Darren Holzlander. Darren actually, in addition to working with some baseball, football guys, he also works with some of the Whitney Young softball players. Softball had a great year last year. Good with a belly handoff up the middle, going nowhere. Baba Nefasimi Opadelli and Barry Gordon III teaming up on that tackle. How many syllables did I get in on that one? A little fist pump here by Barry Gordon II, like that.
I think we just have to start calling him Deuce and Trey.
Deuce and Trey. All right, so 2nd down. Call it 15 from the 25-yard line. Dolphins playing a little bit of soft coverage on the outside. Pitch to Whitehurst.
Going nowhere.
Just about everybody in. I'm looking over there now, and I think there were 10 Dolphins that were around that play. So just swarming to the ball. Great job again. I mean, we could probably say Alex Dale and Joseph Clayton have been in on just about everything today. Also, I'm going to try to get as I watch. So Maxwell Warner in the game, number 22. Maxwell Warner, freshman. I think he's a freshman, right?
He's a freshman, just joined the team.
Yep. I heard he played in the JV game. So great this year that you can play. I think you have 6 quarters to play within a 7-day span, and that was not a rule last year. And so I heard that Max just lit up everybody in that JV game against Hope. So he's getting some time here. He's the corner closest to us.
Heard good things about him. He has a big fan in Joseph Clayton.
All right.
Flag on the play. Intercepted.
Alex Dale to the house. There are some flags down, but I think those are going to be offensive holding penalties. Dale, who had a massive interception to win a game last year for the Dolphins against Lane, was working back in zone coverage, read the eyes of the quarterback, and took it to the house.
Some of the Good fans are leaving. 2.5 minutes left in the game. A Good player is down on the field.
So 26-6. So Dolphins have scored on 3 rushing touchdowns, 2 from Hood, 1 from Yolich, and now a pick 6 for senior Alexander Dale,
who I hear is quite fond of a school in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
much to his father's chagrin.
Oh, well, I'll have to hear more of that. Alex is awesome. So if if the only thing you do on social media is follow the Whitney Young sports teams, follow the football team and the volleyball team. They've got some great stuff. Follow Dolphins. You see a lot of great content. And one of the things that the football team does every day is as they walk off the field, there's a question of the day. And if you watch those things, the most interesting, insightful answer every single day, I have to say, just about every single day, is Alexander Dale. So the other day, I think the question was, what if there was a class that you could teach, what would it be? You know, and guys are, Rico D'Alessandro is this basketball guy, is like, I teach a basketball class. And Bennett Newman, as a big Madden gamer, is like, I teach a Madden class. And Alexander Dale said, I would teach an evolutionary biology class. So Alex is awesome. So Alex, and there was Alex was battling a hip injury all through summer. So Alex was part of the city champion water polo team. So Alex, city champions, state runner-up, and he came right off of water polo season. Did a bunch of college camps. So I think Dartmouth, one of those camps, and getting some looks from some people there, and then rolled right into Dolphins football training camp. and yeah, battling that hip a little bit, and it was a little bit of concern of what it would be, but got checked out through the MRI, got the green light on everything, and so great to see him healthy, great to see him back in the end zone with a pick 6. So we're reset.
That school in Philadelphia is UPenn, by the way.
Your school.
My school. His father, I believe, went to Cornell and was just a little competitive.
Snap, down, kick
is good.
Through. Bardsma doing his job. Ben Barrett doing his job.
So one of the great things about this Dolphin team is the camaraderie amongst the players. And Joseph and Alex have become really close over these last few years, and they have nicknames for one another. And I heard him talking about Squish, and I'm like, who is Squish? And he says, oh, it's Alex. I said, well, why do you call him Squish? He said, he's squishy. I said, well, what's your nickname? He says he calls me Q. I'm like, Q? Short for Q-tip. He said, I look like a Q-tip.
Yeah. Well, so you get credit. So Bennett had bet me, Bennett Newman, who is my son, quarterback on the team, was egging me on all week to work Squishy and Q-tip into the broadcast. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. And so Scott Clayton, you get the credit for the Squishy and Q-tip reference. So those guys getting things done. And, yeah, and same thing. I mean, just really, really fun to be around these guys. It's a great team led by Coach Dan Finger, and he does a nice job of clearly messaging things, positive stuff to this team, and continuing to build a program. We're going to have a tough year this year. I mean, a really, really tough schedule. Nice to get the W, get in the win column here. Bardsma kicking it away. Put some hang time in that one. Thankfully go to the up back, and that's going to go right back. Right back. Joseph Gray, I think, on the recovery.
Number 10, yes.
So freshman Joseph Gray collecting that. And that one was, a little different. We've been kicking some of these line drive kicks, and I think special teams coach Dan Finger maybe said to Brian Bardsma, hey, how about putting that up in the air? And turned out the way we wanted to, because what happened there was exactly what happened to us last week, and that was you get something right between the forward line of the up guys and the back guys, and they don't know quite what to do. And that one just bounced off the shoulder pads of one of the up guys.
It's like we got a little different look on offense.
Yeah, so 2:36 left in the game, 27-6 with the Dolphin lead. I was sort of wondering if they might just be comfortable putting Anthony Hood in the backfield. 3 receivers, all decoys over here to the left-hand side. Hood with a handoff. Tyson Hayes in the backfield. Tyson Hayes with a positive yard, but some laundry on the field, because I think they get paid by the flag and by the hour. So it's like they're winning both ways here on this.
I think you're onto something there.
Clearly they don't have dinner reservations.
Or any interest in college football.
So they're going to mark it off. And again, learning experience. If you held out there, and the Dolphins will look at this on film tomorrow, and if there's a hold, you got to clean that up, because, hey, fine for that to happen in the fourth quarter of a game that you're up 27-6, but not fine. I mean, we can't have any of those mistakes next week against Simeon. I mean, Simeon, you're going to have to play a perfect game to be able to hang with Andre Cruz, Malik Elzy, and the rest of that crew from Simeon. And we'll have to see how they fared today against Bolingbrook. So Hood waving Dale in motion to his right. Hood with the handoff to Tyson Hayes. Tyson Hayes getting north and south across the 30-yard line.
Clock running, 1:14.
I think Hood might be coming off the side. I think he just told the referee, I don't know if they were gonna take it down, and I would hope that we're not calling a timeout here.
Dolphins back
Okay,
in the
so
game.
Newman back in. Hayes out. Clayton back in at running back. Newman maybe getting set to do the
Looks like
victory formation.
formation.
They wanted to take that off of Newman's rushing yardage. They're like, Anthony, you had a lot of positive yardage. Just Newman takes a while, takes the knee. And that, my friends, is going to be a Whitney Young Dolphins victory. Dolphins go to 1-1 on the year with a big 27-6 win over the Goode Knights. Goode goes to 1-1. They had a forfeit win last week. So what's your takeaway today, Scott? What are some of your thoughts?
Everybody stuck to their assignment. They showed a good deal of resiliency when they were down. And I think we have a burgeoning love affair between Newman and Hood. They can get their timing down. That is going to be an explosive combination.
Yeah.
And can't say enough about Duhan.
Yeah.
Player of the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
In my opinion.
Yep, definitely. And then you're just talking about offensive weapons. I mean, you mix in Quinn Duhan with Anthony Hood. I mean, we actually didn't see as much out of Alexander Dale today, other than the interception return for a touchdown. But we're going to see a lot of him as well. I mean, Hood and Dale were the two leading receivers on the team last year. And how about the rushing attack just coming alive today and seeing contributions from Clayton, from Yolich, from Hood, some different looks. We were able to get and offensive line, offensive, defensive line. So, it's harder for us to see up here, but Baba Nefsasimi Opedele definitely with some big plays in the middle on both the offense and defensive side of the ball.
The line definitely did a great job today.
Yeah. So a lot of fun. Thanks to everybody if you hung with us today. We had some technical difficulties on the front end, and then we had YouTube issues, and hope you are all able to view the game today. We talked about next week. So next week we will be hosting Simeon. I think that is let me see if I can find. I think Simeon set for a 7:15 Saturday night game, I think at Lane. Scott, thanks a lot, man. Really appreciate it. A lot of fun today.
Always a good time.
All right, so I want to thank Whitney Young High School, Principal Ricky Harris, Athletic Director Chris Cassidy. Special shout out to Tony McHale today. As always, thank you, Tony, for helping us get on air. Tony was, I was on the cell phone with Tony from Michigan. He was walking me through everything today. So a lot of fun. Special happy birthday. Happy birthday to my wife. And we'll see you all again next week. All right. That's all. Win today, 27-6. Dolphins over the Goode Knights. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Everybody did.